It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
On first down, Noel. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. One unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff, Sermon, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Sermon. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the one.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
On 2nd down, it's Bishop, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Sermon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to... They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Hammond. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down now, Noel, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. They run. Here's Sermon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Many times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Sermon now on first and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Now back to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the second time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Things are going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Sermon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He'll drop to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trey Sermon, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Sermon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They give to Sermon out of the gun. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down, it's Bishop, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this is Sermon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down now, Noel. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Hurts and the Eagles now down 28-21, 65 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Time to his left. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's back to throw. It's caught by Sanders. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the Niners are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for San Francisco, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers